Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday, and this is Content Marketing Matters with Writer Gal. I just got back from a client meeting downtown, and it is so sunny and warm. I don't want to be inside. I think summer has finally come to Vancouver, which makes me really excited. I missed the sun. It was a cold winter. So today on Content Marketing Matters, we're going to be talking a little bit more about SEO and SEO keywords and how to use them in your content. But first, for those who don't know who I am Ashley Writer Gal Doan. I own Writer Gal Marketing Services near Vancouver, BC, and I do this Facebook Live once a week called Content Marketing Matters, and we talk about anything to do with content marketing, and this month we're talking about SEO. SEO is how you get your site ranked higher on Google. Things that you can do, things you shouldn't do on your website to get those number 1, number 2, number 3 spots in Google. So yeah, that is the goal of SEO, is to rank as high as you can for your chosen keywords. Now, last week we talked about how to choose those keywords, and we talked a lot about intention, about your searchers' intentions when they're typing in these types of keywords. When we're taking that educated guess, once we've picked the keywords using our educated guesses, we need to know how to use them. So I'm going to get right into it today, and I'm going to tell you exactly where you need to put your keywords on your page to get to be number 1 in Google. The first place you want to put your keyword that you've chosen for this page is in the title tag. This is also called the meta title tag. This is the title that will show up on Google in the search results pages. So quite often it's the first time someone sees your business or sees your content. And it's one of the factors that Google uses to figure out if your page is what the user is intending to find, is what the user wants to find. So you use your keyword in your title tag as early as possible in it if you can, keeping in mind that you do only have about 50 to 60 characters that you can use. So put your keyword in there, put your company name. The next place that you want to put your keyword is in your description, your page description, which is also called the meta description. And again, this is that short little 2-line description that shows up in the Google results pages. It could make or break someone actually landing to your site. If they read that description and it's not what they were looking for, they're going to scroll on past. So let Google know that your page is about your keyword by including it in that description tag. So already you've got it in your title tag and your description. The next one is you want to start using it in various spots on your page. And the first one is use it in your very first sentence of copy if you can. If you can't, if it doesn't seem natural to use it in that first sentence, make sure it's in the first 100 words. So use it naturally. Don't make it sound forced or placed there awkwardly. And I'll talk a little bit about that later. So put that keyword in the first sentence, first 100 words, first paragraph. You also want to make sure it's used in your page title. Sometimes your title tag will be your page title, and that's fine. But make sure that whatever H1, heading 1 style is used on your site, make sure your keyword is in that title. If you have subheadings, headings 2, 3, 4, if you can, use your keywords in those spots as well. The more places you can have it, the higher Google will start ranking your page. In terms of the whole content for your page, you want to make sure that you use your keyword about 2% of the time, 1 to 2%. So for a blog post of 400 or 500 words, 3 or 4 times is probably pretty good. It doesn't feel unnatural to read it that many times in the text. And it's about 2%, and that's what Google wants. So sometimes we have to do what Google wants. Another place that you need to put your keywords is in something called the alt text. So have you ever been to a website where the images didn't load, but there was some text written in a box where the image should be? That text is meant to show the reader what should have been there. But Google also looks at this, and it's another place you can put your keywords in. You also want to include it if you have any hyperlinks or links to other pages on your site. Use that hyperlinked text, the text that you actually click on, and use your keyword there. That's another thing that Google looks for. And if you have control over what your actual URL name is at the top, include your keywords in there. That is a great place to have your keywords, and it's one of the top things that Google looks for as well, if you can. Now, there's something called keyword stuffing, and it's something that you want to avoid. Have you ever been to a web page where it doesn't read naturally? The way they've used words, the way they've included certain phrases, it didn't seem right. That's what Google picks up on. Their algorithms are getting quite advanced, and they can pick up on these, basically you're stuffing keywords in there, and Google is going to penalize you for that. But there is a way to get around that and still include your keyword the prescribed number of times on your page. One way to do that is to use variations of your keyword phrase. So I'm going to use a topic that I love. For those of you that know me, I love coffee. Okay, I'm a mother with 2 kids and a business. I drink a lot of coffee. So if I was making a web page about coffee, and let's say that my primary keyword phrase was fresh coffee beans. If I were to write that exact phrase 4 or 5 times on the page, it's going to start looking weird and it's going to be keyword stuffing. So I can use variations of that phrase throughout, like coffee beans, fresh coffee, fresh beans, just reorganizing the words a little bit and using words that are very similar. That makes it more natural for people to read and less jarring, and Google likes it. So that's the best of both worlds. With content market or with SEO and keywords, you want to have that balance. You want Google to like your page, think you're an authority, and you ultimately want your customers to think you know your stuff and to appease them. So you need to find the balance between the two. Now, when we're talking about keywords, I generally like to pick one primary keyword for each page, keyword phrase. But that doesn't mean you can't try to optimize your page for multiple keyword phrases. So pick your primary one that you think will be your highest performing keyword, and then pick a couple other ones that are along the same lines and similar, and include those throughout the text in the same places that I just showed you. That could give you, it's a great way to test actually. Your main primary keyword may not work out for you. Remember, that was an educated guess picking that keyword. So if it doesn't work out after 3-6 months, you can swap it out for one of your secondary keywords that may be ranking better for you. And then it'll be less work to update. So have a primary keyword, a couple of secondary keywords that you're working throughout the content. But ultimately, make sure that however you implement your keywords, it looks and sounds natural to the reader. That is the ultimate goal. Once you do that, Google's algorithms will recognize that and help rank you higher. Because when you're in those top 3 to 5 spots, your link will get clicked on more than any other link further down the results. And when you get more people clicking on your link, you get more people buying into your message, buying your products. And you make more money, because that's why we're here. So it is almost the end of March, which means that SEO month is ending. But if these weekly Facebook Lives have intrigued you, but also confused you about SEO, there's a lot to learn, and I've barely scratched the surface. If you want to talk about how SEO works for your business, I'm offering some free Zoom consultations next month. I have spots for 5 businesses to sit down with me one-on-one on Zoom or on online video. And we'll talk about your business and what you can do now to start increasing your SEO visibility, or how I could help you, or how some of my partners or colleagues could help you. So if you want one of these free 20-minute Zoom consultations with me, give me a shout below, or message me on Facebook, or email me, or contact me on my website. I'm everywhere, and we'll schedule you in for one of these 5. So next month, we're switching gears. We are going to talk about content marketing, but we're going to talk about social media. Because how you write for your webpage, for your blog, is completely different when you only have 100 or so characters on social media to work with. So we're going to talk about how to write your content for social media so that people know, so that people can get the maximum amount of value from those 100, 200 characters that you have. I'm also going to talk about a topic that I've been really getting into lately, and it's called repurposing content or recycling content. And a lot of that has to do with how you can reuse your content in multiple places on multiple social media platforms. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about content for social media all throughout April. If there's any specific topics that you do want to hear, give me a shout. I will work them into my conversations, to my Facebook Lives, and I will get those answered for you. So anyways, it is just after 1 o'clock. I haven't eaten lunch and I need another coffee, so I'm going to go make that. And then I'm going to get ready for next week's live, and we will see you all next week. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Bye for now.